Hi everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. So today we be looking really white, ghostly. Um, Not for sure here. So not loving the complexion, but like all my videos, it's never about the complexion. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. Today is a no-go. I don't even know what happened. Well, we'll talk about that, but let's get to the main thing, my favorite thing. So, I had purchased this Tarte, the Sweet Cravings, the one that looks like a box of chocolate, chef's kiss. But while on there, I realized that that is Tarte, but it says Sugar Rush. And I'm pretty sure that Sugar Rush is a sister brand. And the reason for this is that I love, absolutely, positively love these little lip mask things, and they have Sugar Rush written on them. Now I have the peony and the rose one, and I love these at night. They're not lip plumping like my Lawless, like love my Lawless and love my Too Faced Pillow Balm, right? That's not these. These are like just moisture, like a thick, wonderful, it smells amazing type of moisture. Okay, now I used to wear the Laneige. I'm not a big Laneige fan. Got tons of them. Need to go through them. But I like these better than the Laneige as far as that goes. I also have like the Tatcha, the Fresh, ColourPop, like Beauty. Like, I've got a bunch of these things over here, okay? But these, I've replaced this one here twice. So this is technically my third one. This one's still going through the first one. I like this one, same formula. But like when I go to bed, I don't want, I really don't want to wear this because it has a little bit of a tint. It does. And it gets on my pillow because I toss and turn. But neither here nor there. So that's my favorites. But like I was saying, I'm pretty sure this is a sister brand. But I didn't know. But I want to know more. And I've been loving Tarte's formula, right? I didn't care for the Tartlet. Like, those aren't my favorite palettes. The Tartlet Toasted, the Tartlet, and there's another one. But I do like the Tartlet Juicy one. So that first, the Juicy is what got me back onto Tarte. And then I purchased the little palette. And I was like, wait, whoa, this is pretty good. Okay. And then, of course, Maneater came out, and it was really good. Their Christmas palettes came out, and I'm like, blown away, right? So, I just did a video for the Craving one, but this one does look different than the Craving one. So I was like, oh, is this like older, like Tartlet palette type older, you know? But it's not. It looks it, but it's not. And oh my goodness, I love this. Okay? I love it. Let me show you. So I love the Cravings. This one here is called the Sweet Tart Frosted palette. I think I'm going to have to get the other one. Even though it's not quite my color story, I think I need it. And in all honesty, I would buy these over the Tartlet palettes. A, because I feel like this is more my color story. For real. And B, the metallics are just much better. Like you can see here, you can see it, okay? It's not like bam in your face, but you can see it. And I think it looks elegant, sophisticated in the way that it is laying on my lid, but the way the light hits it, it's not too much, but it's not too little either, for my personal preference. Just saying. Now, I can go too much, and I'm fine with that. But too little, I'm not fine with too little. I like there to be something. You know what I mean? But let's get started. The first shade we're going to go into is this one right here, Indulgence. And these are cute little palettes, okay? And I say this in a way of like, for even myself, my age group, it's cute, okay? But it's not like too cutesy. Like Too Faced can be too cutesy, you know, to where you feel like it is for a teenager. These don't feel like that, but yet they could absolutely be that, you know? And I'm really thinking that I might be getting rid of my Tarte palettes. I'm going to compare these to them, and if they're kind of the same as far as like color story wise, they may be exiting my collection because I just don't see a point in them. Like the mattes are wonderful in them, but the mattes are wonderful in this. I never had a problem with Tarte mattes. It's always been the shimmers that have been like underwhelming. And now they're just amazing. I absolutely love them. But I do believe I'm going to have to go back on the Tarte website to order the other one of these. So with that said though, I'm curious on when did they change up their formula? And did they come forward and say they did and I missed it? Because that's a possibility. Because if they did not come forward and say they changed their formula, they were missing a golden opportunity to get people on board with them. Because I'm just going to be honest, I really do love this palette. Alright, we're going to go into Decadent. It's like a purplish color. And I'm going to put that on my lower lash line. But yeah, I'm really, really impressed. And I'm actually glad because like I said, you have to evolve or evolve. I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for. In a brand with so many brands out there, because you got so many choices nowadays, you know? And I feel like Urban Decay hasn't. I kind of feel like Tarte or Too Faced hasn't, but I do feel like Tarte has. And again, I'm not saying that like either of them have bad eyeshadow palettes or anything. They're just not what I'm looking for anymore in eyeshadow. When I first started out, they were great because they were easy to use. They weren't that pigmented. They could be built, you know. You weren't scared of them. Because when you first start getting into makeup, at least myself, I was scared. Like, I was scared I was going to mess up. Of course, as you go, you're like, it washes off, no big deal. But who wants to wash their face once they get so far in? Although today I almost did. Not because of the eyeshadow palette, but because of this foundation, the mess I have on my face right now. And I mean, technically this is a pretty blush and a pretty highlighter. The bronzer's alright. I could live without it or live with it. That's not a big deal. But the foundation, I have no idea what the heck went wrong. Or if it maybe was the primer even. But it can't be the primer because, well, maybe. Maybe. I mean, mixed with this foundation, maybe. Okay, now we're going to go into Souffle, which is this shade right here. And this is different. I'm going to be honest. This is a different kind of shade. At first I thought it was brown, which I guess it is. But it's more like a brown purple cool tone. I don't know. It does have purple in it for sure. Because of but then again, it could be the tone above it that's I don't know. It's just a little bit different. It wasn't exactly what I thought. Like, it doesn't look like a chocolate brown, but it kind of doesn't look like what it is either. It's almost more like a contour brown. Much cooler toned, and which makes sense considering this is more of a mauve type palette. Now it goes to the question of, do you need this palette? Well, I mean, you technically don't need anything, but you know. This isn't a revolutionary palette as far as color story. It's a kind of mauve palette. It's got a champagne, I'd say like a rose gold, a silverish metallic. All those are metallic shades in here. There's 3 metallics. I don't know. One of them is kind of confusing me. It could be a satin though. But the 3 metallic shades are beautiful. And then, like I said, it's kind of like a rosewood. It's a rosy type of color story, I guess, would be more pinky purple color. Mauve, like I said. How do I forget the word I'm looking for when I used it 4 times? Who knows? But anyway. So, this isn't like a color story you don't have, I'm sure. But, I don't know. It's got a nice size mirror in it. It's very, like, secure. I mean, I don't know. Price point wasn't bad on it either, to be honest. I don't know. I feel like I want to say yes, this is something special to your collection. But at the same time, I don't know, because I feel like if you have a collection, you probably already have this. But if you don't have a big collection, I would definitely highly suggest checking into this line, because this is nice, to be honest. I'm really impressed with it, which I kind of thought I would be. But then after looking at this, I thought, well, maybe not, you know. Maybe the run is over. This is an older formula type of thing, but I guess they've always had this formula for this brand, because this palette's been out a while. This is not a new palette. Honestly, I think it came out last year. Maybe even the year before. No, I think it was last year. Well, last year is in like 2021. Not last year is in 2022, because 2023 just started, but these shadows just blend nicely. They play well with each other. I mean, I don't know, y'all. Alright, let's go into Sweet Tooth, which is that champagne-y color. I bet y'all thought I was going to go for that pink. I was. I'm not going to lie, I was. But I didn't, because I wanted to kind of mix it up a little bit, you know? And again, I mean, if you do have those Tarte palettes, you know, like I've said, if I had to use them, I would definitely use them for their mattes, and then just pull in a ColourPop Super Shock, you know? Now, if you're looking for really dulled down metallic shades, really dulled down, then, you know, definitely. Except for that Juicy palette. Juicy palette's got some banging metallic shades. And again, you could always wet them even to give a little more oomph. But like, this is just perfect for me. No fuss, no muss, like, don't have to lay it down, don't have to put anything down. As far as like a glitter glue or a primer, don't have to spray the brush. Like, it's just the right amount for an everyday look, you know? Now I'm going to go into Sugar Coated, which is more of a white silverish shade, I suppose. And I'm just going to pop that right on the inner corner there. And I'm not going to like make it really pigmented because I, you know, just want a little bit of glow there. And I'll be honest, I was going to use the brown mascara and I didn't. I was proud of myself. I've stepped back from the brown for a little bit. I had to. I'm pretty sure I would have continued until it was gone. Which isn't a bad thing, you know. Mascaras don't last that long anyway. I'm barely picking any up each time I go in there, by the way. I didn't want you to think like I'm just barely, because I don't want it to be like real intense, but I want it to be seen, you know. I think just like that. Yes. Alrighty, now let's go back into this and just blend the metallic into that. But yeah, I really like the way this is turning out. I think I got both sides the same darkness. I hope. It is hard to figure that out when you're doing one eye at a time, but I try. And of course, I know I'm not going to get both eyes symmetrical because my eyes are not symmetrical by no means. And I'm not a makeup artist, so take my opinion and advice with a grain of salt when I talk about stuff, because I'm not a makeup artist. And all I can tell you is how it works for me from a consumer point of view. But from that, you know, if you're like me, then it may be of some help. If you're not, then just don't pay any attention to me. You'll be able to tell if it's my fault or if it's the shadow if you're a makeup artist. Or if you're just a very even good at makeup. Like, I get by. That's about the extent of me. I get by. And I'm okay with that, you know. I think I may be coming over this cold too, which if that's the case, I am so excited because this is the longest sickness I have ever felt in my entire life. For waterline, Tarte Fake Awake. Again, another I really, really like this eyeliner. And it's from Tarte, and I've been using that quite regularly. Let's curl the lashes. This is my Surat eyelash curler. Yeah. I know I'm going all out. I think I like to go all out when, like, the palette is worth it. In a sense, like, I'm really, or not even worth it, because it is worth it a lot of the times, but like a lot of the times if I don't like the look, I don't really want to mess with it, you know. Yeah, that's not good. Shoot, I forgot to wash one of my brushes last night. Oh well. Anyway, I just don't want to go all out, you know, if the look didn't come out right or anything. And the eyes, of course, came out fine today. Of course, the rest of the face is not where I want it by no means. And I really have no idea where I went wrong with it. Well, I mean, I know where I went wrong with it, but like, I don't know what I did to go wrong with it. But I'm going to have to figure that out, because if it's the foundation, I'm in trouble. Because I have two of the same foundation. It is in different shades. And I thought one was my winter shade and one is my summer shade. So I assumed I'd like the foundation. But I could be losing my mind too. Or I could have just ordered the wrong foundation and thought it was a shade or a foundation I liked, so I decided to order, you know, my winter and summer. I don't know, one or the other. But no, it could, like I said, it could be the primer too. I mean, not in the sense the primer's bad, because I know the primer's not bad. I use it a lot. But maybe with this particular foundation, it just doesn't want to work with it. Oh, I'm using my YSL mascara. In Lash Clash for my top lashes. And then for bottom lashes, I'm going to use the Lancome, of course, the Devon Seals. I do like the lip, though. I think the lip turned out pretty good. Kinda. I'm not used to myself wearing browns, really, so I'm trying it out, see how I feel about it. I really feel more comfortable with like pinks, like my natural lip color, you know, rosewood or your lip but better type of thing, rosy tones. But I am trying to branch out so that I can get more use out of my products and see again what formulas I like and don't like, so I can get rid of them. Or pass them along to friends and family. Alright. Let me, of course, clean up where I messed up, because you know that I hit myself with the mascara. That's a given. But have you all tried this brand? Like, am I the last to try it? That's a possibility. Because like I said, I really wasn't into Tarte except for like just a little bit ago. Like, I got back into it. I mean, I've always liked the Juicy palette since I tried it, since it launched. But that was it. Like, I didn't care for anything else. I mean, it would be alright, nothing to write home about, but like, nothing I would be like, oh, you need it, it's good, but this is, you know, I'm like, this is an old palette, but I'm still willing to say it is still available. I don't know how long it's going to stay available. You may, you know, want to check up on that a little bit, because I do think that it is definitely worth it. At least, like, swatch the metallic shade, you know? I believe Ulta does carry these in store at some locations anyway. Because I've seen them at my Ulta to, like, swatch, but they didn't have them, like, for sale. So I ordered it off of the Tarte website. And I'd seen them, and actually, there you go. I seen them, and I never even stopped to give them a second look. So, you know, because it just didn't look all that special. But I'm kind of regretting that now, because I'm telling you, I really, really like these eyeshadows. I think for any age they'd work. My age, you know, my eyes are a little, well, they have a lot of lines, and they're getting older, obviously. So, but it lays beautifully on my lashes, or on my eyes, I mean. So all in all, this is the final look. Again, I am not a makeup artist, so the shape and all that, you know, if the blending isn't up to par, all that good stuff, like, that's on me. But in all honesty, I don't think I could mess up with these, to be honest. I don't think you could mess up on these. And I think they would be great for beginners. I think they'd be great for anyone, because, you know, it's just a kind of a everyday palette, you know. This is more rosier toned, more purplier, cool toned. The candy one is more warm tone, basically, chocolatey. So, I mean, to each their own, but just something for y'all to think about. Let me know, have you tried it? Have you tried anything else from the Sugar Rush line? Let me know. And that's all I have for you. Let's see. Oh, lips. That's what I was going to tell you. I've got the ColourPop lip liner in, I think it says Cur, C-U-R, and then I think it's the number 7, V11 lip liner. Then for lipstick, I actually am using the Becca again. It's in Cupid's Kiss, but I pulled out my Fenty balm in Baby Brut, Baby something. This one. I think it came in a holiday collection at some point. But I put that on top of that, and I think it looks really nice. As far as the blush, the highlighter, bronzer, that all came from the Becca and Chloe and Malika palette. Just pulled that out to use today. And then the foundation, I'm not even going to talk about that because I don't know if that's the problem or not. The primer that I have used a lot, and the foundations always look nice, is the Hygiene by Natasha Denona, the Skin Glass primer. Love that primer. So I don't know if it just didn't mix right with this foundation, but I don't want to say anything about it because it could be on me. So, you know what I mean? And I don't want to put something down and say it's horrible or it just isn't working for me if it's my fault. So that is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all. That way you're notified when I upload. I upload every day but Sunday. I do apologize for the lengthy video. I rambled a lot, I know. But I will see you in the next one. And until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.